Back to the NBA. In the West, the Thunder have already clinched the top seeds. Some jostling, though, right behind them. 7 teams separated by just 5.5 games. Nuggets a game up on the Lakers for the third spot. Both teams in action tonight. Nuggets hosting the Bulls. Nikola Jokic missing his 5th straight game. Aaron Gordon also sitting out. Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. coming flying through. MPJ had 60. Did shoot just 1 of 10 from 3. And with Jokic and Gordon out, they need offense wherever they can get it. The Bulls have plenty of offense from Kobe White. They swing it to him. White steps into his 3. Bulls down 4 in the second. And White bringing it up. Behind the back. Nice stroke. He had 24 in the first half, most in a half all season. Finished with 37 in this one. Fourth quarter. Nuggets down 9. Murray off the pick. He had 28. Makes it a 6-point game. Ensuing possession, Jalen Smith misses, gets his own rebound. To Josh Giddey, 3 ball. Bulls back up by 9. Under 4 minutes to go. Giddey gets it. He had 26 points, 9 assists, 8 boards. The Bulls go into Denver and beat the Nuggets by 10. So the Nuggets lose. Could the Lakers pull even?
Well, David, LeBron, Luka, and those Lakers are visiting the Magic. Dwight Howard spent a decade between those two franchises. He's in attendance, getting inducted into the Magic Hall of Fame. Late first, Austin Reeves behind the back to LeBron for the reverse. Lake Show up 4 after 1. Second quarter, Lakers up 2. Doncic is the bomb, like tick, tick. He had 21 at the half, 32 for the game. Lakers up 5 at that point. Then later in the half, LeBron finishes down low off the Doncic pass. LeBron went for 24, 6, and 7. But the Magic Big Two did not get the memo. They had other ideas about Lakers pulling away here. Franz Wagner gets the floater to go. Then late third, Paolo Banchero fires a triple. The Magic outscored the Lakers 34-18 in the third. They're up 14 as we head to the fourth. In the fourth, Wagner drop steps on LeBron. He had 32 with 9 dimes. And Banchero must have been back day, hitting pull-ups. Fourth time, both Banchero and Wagner had 30. Only Shaq and Penny have more in Magic history. Magic go on to win by 12. What a wonderful start for the Lakers. Their newfound big 3, it was. They had won 6 of their first 8 once Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves linked up. Not so fun the last 3. LLLA. And what's particularly notable, the defense, which allows now nearly 20 more points per game during this losing streak. They also gave up 148 Saturday to the Bulls. Listen, man.
Top cities that we're going to be joining, that we're going to be going to. So get your tickets. Thank you for your support. The Lakers fall to the Magic 109-98. The Lakers win with 3 losses in a row. They lost 7 out of their last 10 ball games. They lost to Boston, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Denver. Then they won 3 straight. Beat Phoenix, San Antonio, Denver. Then they lost another 3 straight. Milwaukee, Chicago, and Orlando. The Lakers bench was outscored 30-14, which was an issue. The Lakers got to do a better job of guarding. Watch this game from start to finish. They're just not guarding. They're just not guarding. Now, look, they're about a year or 2 away. Orlando, Paolo Banchero, and Franz Wagner, oh, they legit. Oh, they legit.
Yeah.
They legit. Banchero had 30. Wagner had 32. And then they got Black came off the bench and gave him 17. But they are legit. The Lakers got to do a better job of defending. It's really that simple. They didn't shoot the ball well. They shot about 46%. They shot 28 free throws. The free throw was pretty close. 10 of 32 from the three-point line. The difference was Orlando shot damn near 50% from the floor. You're not going to beat a team if you allow them to shoot 50% from the floor. And but everything was really close. I mean, Orlando had 43 rebounds, 12 offensive. The Lakers had 39, 11 offensive. But the only difference I could really see, Ocho, was that third quarter got them again. The Lakers had a 2-point lead at the half, and then they get outscored in the third quarter by about 14, 16. And it's the third quarter again. JJ's going to have to push some different buttons because they come out lackadaisical and they let the team go on a run. And it's hard to reattach yourself to them when they get a streak like that. But give Orlando credit. They won and as a matter of fact, they stopped Cleveland. They went on the road. Yeah. Cleveland had a 16-17 game win streak. They went into their building and they won. So They are better than their record would indicate.
Right.
But the problem was Banchero got hurt at one point in time. Wagner got hurt at one point in time, so they haven't been able to play extended period of time together. But this is a good team. Don't let their record fool you. But the Lakers have to be disappointed. They got to play better. They're in fourth spot right now. They're 2.5 games out of the second spot. But tonight, again, it was defense. They gave up 146 Saturday night, and they gave up 118 tonight. And they had been playing really, really good defense up until that point.
Okay, now with everything that you said, they're in fourth, right? They lost tonight. You understand the problems and the woes that the Lakers are having, the inconsistencies. They want to run. You're understanding their woes coming out of halftime in the third quarter, allowing teams to always go on a run. Now think about everything you just said. I want your honest answer, your honest opinion. Is it still Lakers in 5?
Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Look, that's fixable. Look, that's fixable, Ocho. That's something like, look, guys, we've got to do a better job of defending.
Yes, sir.
And guys can't get broken down off the first dribble.
Right.
You get broken down at the first dribble, now you're compromised because help's coming, and now they swing the ball. They're getting wide open threes, or they're getting uncontested layups. So you can't get broken down off the first dribble. They got outscored 34-18 in the third quarter. I mean, there in no way should a Lakers team that got Luka Doncic and LeBron James on the court only score 18 points in a quarter.
Yeah.
And if you only score 18, you better make sure they don't score more than 22. Because if you do that, and I get it, the Lakers, I think they played 7 games. At one point in time, had 7 games in 10 days. But we don't do excuses here. You either win or you lose. It's a very short on sports menu at my restaurant. Only thing I got on my menu is dubs and L's. That's all you can order. Right. You can't order excuses because I don't serve it. So the Lakers are going to have to find a way to play better in the third quarter. They're going to have to find a better way to defend because this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. I mean, look at all these minuses. Dorian Finney-Smith -6, LeBron -17, Jackson Hayes -10, Luka -9, Austin Reeves -7. Every starter was minus. Hell, as a matter of fact, everybody was minus. That's not good enough. You can't win like that. There's no way around it. You can't win like that. And when you take Jackson Hayes out, Braun is basically playing the 5. Too small of a lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the last 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes of a ball game, you can run this lineup, but not when they go in Banchero, not when they go in Wendell Carter, not when they go in Franz Wagner. You're too small. You're just too small. Redick admitted the Lakers looked tired tonight. We weren't able to sustain the level of intensity we started the game with. They did. They scored 30 in the first quarter, 30 in the second quarter, 60. They had a 2-point lead, 60-58 at the half. But then again, out of the third quarter, here come Orlando. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Same quarter every time. Needed to play some different music at the half, huh?
They need to do something because this ain't getting it done. No. This ain't getting it done. I mean, and what's their record? So that's 50, that's 61, that's 71 games. They only got 11 games left, Ocho.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be gearing up. You're supposed to be playing your best ball heading into the playoffs. Not, maybe they left a little bit on because at one point they were like 18-3, won a bunch of games. You don't want to be sliding going into the playoffs. You want to be playing your best ball heading into the playoffs. But this performance was unacceptable. And Dalton Connect only played 5 minutes. But I think a lot of that has to do with his defense intensity. I mean, he needs to understand. I mean, he just gets lost. It's like, and I can tell JJ doesn't like mental mistakes.
Yeah.
That irks him because he's a perfectionist and he wants guys like, guys, we went over this. That's why I couldn't coach. We went over this. The guy comes, okay, you stay on that guy. Don't try to fight over the top and lead the guy on a wide open 3. So Lakers got some problems. Nothing they can't solve. They got 3 more games on this road trip. I think they got a 4-game road trip before they turn back to the crib.
Well, I know that hurt. I know them. I know that those road trips back to
They
back
in
like
Indiana.
At Pacers, at Bulls, at Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And then home versus Houston.
Yeah. So they got a ways. They got 3 more games on the road, Ocho, before they return home. They need to play better than what they played tonight, or what they played against the Bulls.
Yeah.
But they picked right up where they left off, not playing defense. They started with great intensity in the first half, but that waned in the third quarter, and that was really the undoing of them. AD, Anthony Davis returns after 18-game absence versus the Knicks.
It's in the West.
2, I would tell you Oklahoma City, obviously, and the Lakers. I think that when you look, listen, and all kidding aside, I'm not as concerned about the Lakers' defense as they gave us reason to believe because of their horrific performance against Chicago. Remember, it was their seventh game in 10 days. And Hachimura and LeBron was back in the lineup together. And so you're talking about them getting themselves reacclimated. LeBron getting reacclimated with Luka on the court. Luka not being able to rely on him to do but so much defensively because that ain't what he's there for. And the rest of their personnel obviously had a bad game. But we can't summarily dismiss what we've seen from the Lakers defensively over the last 3 months, where they've been the best defensive, one of the top 2 defensive teams in all of basketball. And so I see that, and I see Denver's lack of depth as problematic, Bulls, Shay. That's how I feel about Denver when it comes to the Lakers. OKC is just elite. Now, I saw Denver get spanked by them on a Sunday and then turn around and beat them that Monday. So we understand what Denver is capable of in a night-in, night-out basis. With Jokic and Jamal Murray, who I don't care what anybody say, talk about he's not an all-star. He's just a stud and a champion. I'm talking about Jamal Murray. That brother, particularly in big games, I believe in him. And I believe he's going to show up. So I can't dismiss that. Can't dismiss Porter Jr., can't dismiss Aaron Gordon. I like Braun. I can't stop raving about Russell Westbrook and the job that he has done for them as an Energizer Bunny coming off the bench. But I just think that at the end of the day, their absence of depth compared to what they had during their championship season is going to come back to plague them. It did against Minnesota in the Western Conference semifinals last year. I believe it would this year, and that's why I say OKC, LA, those are the teams that I have over Denver, but nobody else.
I agree with you. I like Denver a lot. I think Denver's got a lot. When they're healthy, they got a chance to mess up a lot of Western Conference brackets when we get to that. Obviously, Oklahoma City, they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's an MVP candidate. They're surrounded by great defensive players. They hit big shots. They've been proven over the course of the season to be the best team in the Western Conference. My second team might surprise you. It's the Houston Rockets. Ime Udoka is the coach of the year. Nobody's talking about that. Everybody wants to talk about Cleveland. He was gifted a team that already had all-stars on it. I would take Bickerstaff in Detroit because nobody expected Detroit to be in the top 7, top 8 in the Eastern Conference. But the Houston Rockets started from scratch during the 2nd seed. They play defense. They got a stud in Jalen Green averaging almost 22 points a game. Sengun's averaging 20, 10, and 5. As a big man doing like baby Jokic type moves. They're playing solid defense. They're young. They don't care who's in front of them. They'll play anybody in the 7-game series. I got Houston and OKC just a little bit above the Denver Nuggets, but I also will say this too. Scary teams, Lakers, if they're playing good defense and both those guys are healthy. Clippers, great job over there by the coaching staff. And Kawhi could be obviously the X factor there. And the Golden State Warriors if they're healthy.
Nah, I'm gonna have to push back, Bulls. You talking about you buying? I ain't know you had made that kind of NBA money. You talking about you buying the Rockets? I ain't know Tillman had them for sale either.
He made a
lot
lot of money.
I know that.
He made a lot of money.
I know he did, but I know Tillman Fertitta personally, so he should have gave me the heads up if he's looking to sell the Rocket. I could have got me and Booz could have went in on it. But with that being said, there's no way the Houston Rockets are beating the Denver Nuggets. Did you see Jamal Murray? And Jamal Murray is more than capable of this. He has to defer because he's playing along the best player in the NBA. So he defers a lot of his game. But you see, when Jokic is not on the court and he gets the green light, a la Kobe. We saw Kobe when Shaq was out. We saw Kobe do just what Jamal Murray did, which gave us the assurance if Shaq ever moved on, Kobe could definitely be the guy that can lead a team. And Jamal Murray is just like that. If he's in the Eastern Conference, he's an all-star. But in the Western Conference, where you got Ant-Man and you got Steph Curry and you got Shai Gilgeous and Luka, it's going to be very, very difficult for Mr. Murray to make an all-star team. I believe he'd have an easier road if he was in the East, even though Brunson and some of the other guys are over there. But with that being said, I got the OKC Thunder and I got the Lakers. That's the only two teams that I believe in a 7-game series could beat the Denver Nuggets.
I definitely got Ime Udoka as a candidate for Coach of the Year. I definitely have him as a candidate. I don't have him as a leader. I got JB Bickerstaff and the job that he's done in Detroit.
Bickerstaff.
But you got to remember, Ime did a job in turning them around last year, even though they didn't get into the postseason. This year, he's been absolutely exceptional, reminding us that Boston would be champions if he was still there. So I definitely give him some respect where it's due. And I know Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks is on the squad, but I just still feel like a piece is missing when you talk about them going up against the juggernaut that is OKC, or the combination of Luka and LeBron in a best of 7 series, a best 4-7 series, or even Denver with Jokic and Murray. I think that experience, Booz, you know this better than me, but I think that experience comes into play and it can't be ignored.
I agree with you. I'm only worried about the depth of the Denver Nuggets. I love what Russell's doing off that bench, being an Energizer Bunny, coming in and getting everybody involved in that second group and even finishing some games. But they've lost some pieces on that bench.
Yeah. All right, got to leave it there, guys. Got to hit the top of the hour.